What up, 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 everybody? Thank you for tuning in. I'm going to be charting 5 cryptos today, but I'm going to just chop those 5 cryptos into 5 different videos because this is just going to be way too long. So, as the thumbnail shows, I'm going to chart Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Ondo, and Chainlink, just because that's basically the cryptos I focus on. So, I'm going to chart those 5, just chop them up into smaller videos. And then I'm going to, in the first video for Bitcoin, I'm also going to just include my commentary, opinions, and just kind of the way I think the market's going to go based on what I see. So, yeah, that's basically how I'm going to break it down. So, tap into my other videos if you want to see the other coins. Thank you. And let's get to the video. All right, guys. So as you can see, this is my investing page on X. All right. So I tweeted. I always say tweet. I mean, we're all used to Twitter, right? But 2 days ago, I said this will be a good time to short crypto. The reason why is because, guys, if you've ever heard that popular Warren Buffett saying, or I don't even know if it was Warren Buffett, but anyone in the investing community knows, buy when others are greedy. Buy when others are fearful and sell when others are greedy. And right now, we're in greed, right? We're going to get to charting in a sec. But I just want to show you guys something. Coin market cap. All right, guys. Sorry for the technical difficulties. I wasn't even sharing my screen. But anyways, so like I was saying, as you can see right now, guys, we're in greed. All right. This is how you can come online and check if a lot of people are just being greedy and they're in the delusional phase and super bullish phase. And then, when we're down, we're going to be down. But right now, we've been in greed. All right. I know it's not extreme greed. Right here in this section right here, you'll see extreme greed. All right. So, yeah. So we're in greed, first of all, right? And if you go on Bitcoin, all right, we're going to go in order, all right? I'm going to start with Bitcoin. I'm going to go Ethereum. I'm going to go Solana. I'm going to go Ondo, and then Chainlink. And please let me know in the comments if you want me to chart anything else. But I'm just going to go with those 5. I'm not going to make this too long. But just Bitcoin in general, all right? All right, so we pumped up like crazy. And I drew this descending channel, which is a bullish formation, and this was my target right here, right at about 120,500 is where we would end up, but we ended up shooting even higher than that, right. You see all that? But the thing is, shortly after, we fell right away, right? And if you know this candle right here on July 14th, that is called the inverse hammer candle, and that's a bearish thing. All right, that's not a thing that you want to see if you're expecting the price to keep going up, right? That's something that indicates something's going to go down soon, right? And that's a pretty strong inverse hammer candle. Like let's say if it was like, oh my god, that was bad. All right, give me a sec. Let's say if it was more like this and more like this, kind of like more centered, that wouldn't been bad. But this one's like this, like straight to the tip. That's pretty bearish on a daily candle, especially. So that's one thing, right? And if you go here and you go look at indicators, and keep in mind, guys, I'm gonna take a little bit more time on Bitcoin just because whenever you chart, you always want to chart Bitcoin first and the longest, because Bitcoin will set the tone. Bitcoin is the leader. Bitcoin is the biggest crypto out there. So Bitcoin affects all other coins. It doesn't matter what most coins are doing, other than maybe Ethereum, because yeah. So anyways, I'm not going to drag this out too long, but Bitcoin's number one. But Ethereum sometimes is the only other crypto you can kind of consider, because Ethereum will most likely, most times, show you that the altcoins are about to do whatever thing Ethereum is about to do. So, for example, like one Bitcoin ran up to 123K, right? It came down, and for the past like 7 days almost, right? We've been in this range. So Bitcoin hasn't been doing much, but you can see that Ethereum, even in, yeah, so you see that the 14th, Ethereum kept on running up. So Ethereum is the altcoin coin that really sets the tone too. But most time Ethereum also follows Bitcoin. But it's usually when it's a sharp rise in Bitcoin and it starts to just stay the same for a few days or whatever time period, Ethereum can shoot up, and then that's going to also impact the altcoins. All right. So I hope that makes sense for you guys. But that's a really good thing to know. And I also didn't know about it till not long ago. So there you go, guys. All right. So like I was saying, another thing I was considering, other than this hammer candle, right, the inverse hammer candle, was the stochastic RSI. Right here, we were overbought. Right on that peak, we were overbought. So I know for sure from here we're due for a correction. I kind of declared it on the 21st just because I like to wait a couple more days, because sometimes this can be oversold for maybe a few days or so, like 3, 4, 5, 7 days even. It matters on just how strong it's rising, right? And let's go even the RSI. I like looking at the stochastic and just the regular RSI. So look, the regular RSI is still basically oversold. So if that's the case, I'm going to be a little bit even still skeptical, because I think there's more people who use the RSI than the stochastic. So that's another thing I was looking at. All right, what's another thing I'm looking at? Another thing is, look, this is kind of a rounding formation. You see that? Oh, this thing's always in the way. You see that? It kind of curves, and you don't want to see that. All right, something that'll be okay when you see. Oh, sorry. Boom, boom. So something that'll be okay if you want to see a continuation. I'll give you an example, guys. Is like just a sharp fall is better. All right, this is a better example. Like, look, it ran up, right? A sharp fall is good because it just corrects real quick and then it'll boom up again, right? That's better than a rounding formation. You see this? Like, when this rounded out overall, it fell for a long time. It's not just going to rebound. Rounding formations are never good. Even especially, this is on a larger time frame. When this rounded out like that, that's not good. That's why it fell off for a long time. And this one, technically, it's, going straight down, but in a channel, that's good. That's why it kept going. This one, it could turn out to do something like this, like be another descending channel, and then it's gonna blast off. I think we have one more leg up. I'm guessing to 135,000. That's my maximum. Like I might just get out the game just on that, based on just what I think is gonna happen with Bitcoin. Like I might completely sell all my crypto after that, but I think we still for sure have one more leg up. Man, this is going a long time. I'm already at 10 minutes. Damn, these things fly by. All right. Anyways, for the people who love technical analysis, you guys will appreciate it. All right. So now I'm going to go into Ethereum. Now that we know and we see... Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Man, I got to be quicker at this. I mean, I guess you're listening to me and you're like, okay, so where's Bitcoin going to go again? Usually you want to take a look at the previous all-time high. And that's usually where things end up bouncing again. So I think we're gonna round off, and then because there's a FOMC meeting next week, I think especially if they don't cut interest rates, which is most likely, yeah, this is for sure gonna tank. But I think we're gonna tank even before that. And let's say if they do cut, we're coming right back up, and then we're gonna blast off again based on something else. I'm calling it here first, guys. I'm calling it here first. All right. So that's the target I want to see. 112-ish. It might not even maybe reach, but I think most likely. I think there's an 80% chance we hit at least 112 again. At least. Like, we're due for a correction. Everyone's getting too hyped up. Like, y'all need to pipe down, man. Getting too excited, man. And when you get too excited, typically you get disappointed in all type of ways. Not just trading. So yeah, bro, it's like that one girl you're always excited. You got too excited about, and you started to talk a little bit too much, and you started to fumble the bag. So you need to calm down, bro. Calm down. All right. Anyways, so that's my thing on Bitcoin. I'm sorry if this is just too much time for you. This is just how technical analysis is, bro. Like, you gotta take your time. I'm not trying to rush this.